like
yeah.
defends his adopted family from Cobras, but it's hit or miss with people. Like if they watch it or not. But like the people like I remember growing up,
it's on, but the kill switch I think is off.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. It's all solid state amps, so it's not like
okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
I got too many people coming in and out that don't know what they're doing.
Oh
so.
yeah, like me.
So Ricky Tiki Tabi, alright, what about that?
No, I'm just like I've been trying to like figure out like I was gonna make a reggae song out of it. It's like a whole thing, but like for like the next album I want to do something because that was like one of my favorite childhood movies. So I wanted to do like a rootsy dubby song to it. But
what's the but?
So I was fiddling around with different scales and I came across this one because I was trying to make it sound a little bit more like towards like Indian sounded for the yeah, that's my thing. So I came across this one.
Okay. So let's only worry about the one octave.
Okay.
So when you're analyzing a sound, all you need is an octave.
Okay.
So you went from you started here. You started on an A, and I want you to end at A. Play the same exact thing, but end on A.
Oh.
Okay, so that's a pentatonic. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So that I think it's called Indian pentatonic, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So this is music theory stuff, but if you want to start learning how to understand the different flavors, how to write in different flavors, this is important. So I don't work off of letters. I work off numbers, as you can see.
Yeah.
Numbers is the universal language, and on guitar, half the time I don't know what letter I'm playing, but I can tell you what interval I'm playing almost 99% of the time.
Okay.
Because it all moves. Like I just move it up a fret, and it's all the same thing. The number stays the same.
Yeah.
The letter changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't give a shit about the letter.
Gigging too, like a lot of musicians I'm noticing here, like they use like not like maybe that's different.
No, it's related.
Okay.
It's related.
Yeah.
So you started on A. That's arbitrary, but that's your one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you end on the octave 8 there, and you went to the third. That's a third, by the way. You went to the fourth, fifth. And flat 7.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
The reason why it's called a flat 7 is because you went do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, flat 7.
Oh, okay.
So this is basically a major scale except that. So what you're missing, what numbers are you missing? There's 2 numbers you're missing.
6. And 2.
And
oh,
2.
you're just asking what number? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
those are the only 2 numbers you're missing.
Shoot.
And 8 is also known as 1. So you just continue that. And the annoying thing about the guitar is it's not like a piano where you learn it right here on a piano and then just move it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But we don't have to deal with sharps and flats and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So there are some advantages to that. So after you played that, you extended itself to the next couple tiers. So that's great for riff building. Now you could just sit there and open up an encyclopedia of scale boxes and scale shapes, and they'll teach you all that stuff.
Yeah.
What do you like about this? What sound specifically? Do you like the overarching thing? Because I want to kind of shed some light on some stuff.
Okay.
Go ahead and play it. What do you like about it? You just like the sound of it? Yep.
It's just that note.
That note, okay? So, here's some theory. You have a major sound with a flat 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same as playing A7 chord. That's that sound. Now, specifically, you're rendering something in mode 5. Mode 5.
Okay. Yeah.
You're playing in mode 5. That's a fancy word called mixolydian. So sometimes
okay.
it's called pentatonic mixolydian.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times,
So I'm gonna take
we
notes.
get to the mode land and people go like this. Oh shit! I don't want to learn this. which is fine.
Yeah.
If you have somebody who can't teach it to you effectively, yeah, it sucks to learn it. I tried teaching myself this stuff. It took me years. Really? Because I didn't have somebody to explain it to me very simply.
Okay.
The whole point of this is sound. So yeah, you're missing 2 and 6. Okay. So normally, we're gonna just do an experiment here, Dom.
Yeah.
Normally 2 is here, and normally 6 is here.
Okay.
So what you're playing is a major scale with a flat 7. So try playing a major scale with a flat 7. So you just go do, re, mi, fa, sol. Oh, you missed one note. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, flat 7. There you go. So that's the full version of what you're playing.
Uh-huh.
But the scale that you played didn't have those defined. So you can fuck with it further by making this flat if you wanted. So try playing that. Well,
oh shit. Right?
Nope.
Nope. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So that kind of had a sound.
Yeah.
That would be called Mixolydian flat 2. Okay, we can put that back to 2.
Okay.
Let's mess with the 6. Let's make 6 flat 6. Now we're starting to sound Spanish.
Yeah.
Try again. Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Again, undefined by what you gave me, because what you gave me was just what's in black.
Oh, yeah.
So, undefined.
Crazy. Okay.
Now, they're all related flavors, is what I'm trying to show you, but they're subtly different. Now, for the general layman, so if you're trying to be a pop star, which I'd argue that, as much as even Amy hates when I say this, if you want to be a successful musician in Hawaii, you got to have some pop sensibility. Yeah. This is coming from the guy who's teaching you this right now.
I know, yeah.
So I try to temper all the brainiac shit I know with pop sensibility.
Okay.
So it's a spice that you don't want to overdo, but maybe you do. So the cool thing is that you guys are writers. I love that. And perhaps you shouldn't write all your songs in Egyptian pentatonic or whatever it's called. But maybe a song once, and then that's that, kind of quirky, and then move on. So I think what you're kind of getting at is, how do I render with this, and how do I not sound like I don't know what I'm doing? I think that's what it's coming down to, right? So this is the sound you like, and there's a whole, it's related, it's got cousins, just by showing you can move things around. But again, by definition, this is what you gave me, and what you didn't give me is that. And so, I mean, you could also do sharp 2. That's going to sound really weird. Yeah, so that's more funky, more bluesy. And that's because this is also known as a flat 3. But the reason why we don't call it that is because 3 is already taken. So it's kind of one of the general rules of music, but again, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see how these things that are undefined, you can mess with. But the underarching thing is there. Now, you have a scale, so you can make melodies. What about a chord? Okay. So, this is the hard part. What is a chord? Well, a chord by definition is multiple notes at once. At once, right? You know that. But when people ask this, usually they're asking for the basic triad. Okay, that's an important thing. Okay? So the triad is the root, also known as the 1, the 3rd, and the 5th. Okay, big whoop. What does that do? So the thing I think is annoying is they call this a 3rd, and from here to here is also a 3rd. But when I look at it mathematically, 1 plus 3 does not equal 3. 1 plus 2 does, and plus 2 does. So here's the formula for building chords, Dom. X plus 2 plus 2. Now you're going to find with this particular scale, you're not going to have a lot of chords to choose from. You're essentially going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chords to maybe choose from. Maybe. Okay? So this is how this works. You play your scale, and it goes 1, 1, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 1. Okay? So if we take the root note and plug it into this formula, what do you get? 1, 3, and 5. Can you play 1, 3, and 5?
Oh, you cannot.
Well, I mean, you can.
It's like,
Just figure it out. Or you can play it as an arpeggio. Maybe your ear's strong enough to tell. Yeah, there you go. You figured it out. What kind of chord is that? Major or minor?
major.
Okay, so you can play a major chord.
Cool.
All right, next note, again, because we're not dealing with 2, is we have here. So 3, yeah, you said 5. What would be next?
7.
Well, it would be 7, but in the scale,
in
it's
this,
a flat
okay.
7. So I want you to play 3, 5, and flat 7. Is that flat 7? So that's a regular 7. So 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
5, flat 7. 3, 5, flat 7. 3, 5. Just play it individually. So
Okay.
point a finger. 3, 5, flat 7. That's an arpeggio. So to me, the better trick would be keep these two, kick this over there,
Oh, okay.
and that's a C sharp. So C sharp. Stretcher, I know. What kind of chord is that?
It's a
Do you
7.
know?
Is it a 7 chord?
Nope. This is called diminished.
Oh, okay.
That's the sound of what you're playing. Have you played diminished chords much? Not a pop chord, is it?
No.
But
Not at all.
given the scale you're giving me, that's the next chord. Okay. What if we start with 4?
So 4, 6.
4. So this would be 4, flat 7.
Oh, flat 7. Okay.
Yeah, we're just going up that, and then it would be 3 would be next. Kind of strange.
Okay.
Okay, we're trying to play within the confines of the scale, so this math won't really work all that well. And I'll show you
Okay.
what we're gonna have to do to make this really work. So 4, flat 7, and 3. Again, it's a lot of numbers. You gotta just kind of keep track
Okay.
of what's happening. So there's 4, flat 7, and now you gotta find 3 in the next octave. There's a 3, just kicking an octave higher. Cool. That's a different kind of chord. I think it's a suspended chord, but
Okay.
we're gonna call that a Lydian chord.
Lydian.
Yeah, don't worry about that, but for right now, that's what you got. Kind of cool. Okay, next note's 5. So we got 5, 1, and 3.
3, 5, 1,
5, 1, and 3.
3. This was 3, so 5.
So that's just
Oh,
the same chord as before, just inverted.
yeah.
So these are equal. And then the next note is a flat 7. So we got flat 7, skip 1, 3, and 5, and then we end up getting the same elements here. So these are your chords. You got major, diminished, and Lydian. That's not going to be a real fun song to write in, unless you stick on that chord.
Yeah.
So you could do A to A7 the whole time. So could you do that for me real quick, and then I'll render something with it. Now, if you wanted to throw in another color, it would be this. No, not that. So I'm just doing the diagonal line off of the D.
Okay.
That's to build this chord here. Can you hear how that really... Now we finally sound good, right?
Yeah.
So the scale itself is kind of inoperable for chords, is the point I'm trying to make, unless you just vamp over A or A7.
Mhm.
So you have to make a decision on what you're going to do with 2 and 6.
Okay.
And so that's up to you with what you want to decide to do. If you just kept it stock like that,
Yeah.
If you just kept it normal, like no fuckery.
Yeah, yeah.
This is actually a mode that is very common. And again, scary word, right?
Okay.
But in a key, there are 7 modes. And you'll be playing in these all the time. So what I'm going to attempt to try and teach you first is the sound of a mode.
Okay.
And then I'll teach you how to even use it, what it even matters, how to do it. And this is something that I always kind of chat with Amy about sometimes. I go, oh, yeah, that one song that's in Mixolydian. You guys like this sound, by the way. You really like this bluesy sound.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to break out of. Cause
so first you have to learn, you have to understand what it is.
Yeah.
And you have to basically beat the game before you can play another game.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's incomplete, and then you're going to be stuck in there. You can't get to the next level if you can't beat the boss. So you're going to notice that your playing and your songwriting is going to stagnate, and that's true for anybody until you kind of learn how it all works, and then you start learning a new system. So this is all part of the basic system. Okay, so what's your favorite key? Do you have one? Did we talk about this last time?
G and
G.
Yeah,
Okay,
G.
perfect.
Yeah, G.
I love G. Okay, so you can play all your scales in the key of G, right?
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Soloing, all that stuff. So this is the equivalent. This is our phantom player. This person's up there just playing scales in the key of G.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the notes in the key of G, all the boxes. They're going up and down the neck.
Yeah.
Playing all the diatonic notes, not just pentatonic.
Yeah.
That's important, because if you play nothing but pentatonic, you can't even get to this stage yet. Okay? So these are all the notes, diatonic notes. G's, A's, D's, C's, D's, E's, F sharps, and G's. But again, when I'm playing, I don't think that. I just think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All I'm doing is I'm just playing. Okay? Now, this shouldn't have any emotional feel.
Okay.
And the reason why it doesn't have a chord. So imagine a chord is like a canvas, and a melody is paint.
Okay.
This is just paint. It's not even on anything right now.
Yeah,
That's why it doesn't have. It's just gibberish. I'm playing in scale though. It's nothing bad.
Yeah.
But it has no emotion, and the reason why is because it's not a chord. So in the key of G, do you know what chords live in it?
In the key of G?
Yeah.
E minor.
Okay, E minor is one of them.
D.
D is one of them.
I want to say C.
C isn't it? So let me pause this real quick.
Yeah.
What?
E minor too.
Is this just brute force memorization?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let me teach you the system. Roman numerals, Dom.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay.
Can you play a G major scale? Just very simple G major scale. La 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 la. So far, so good. Almost. You can. Okay. So what you just did was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 again. This is where we're going to take that little formula again. Now it's going to work real well.
Okay.
So if you take, so this works in any key, by the way. Any key this works. We just happen to be using G. So X for right now equals G. Whatever. That's our key.
Okay.
Okay? So the formula is your root plus 2 plus 2. So your root is 1. So what are you dealing with? 1?
1 and 3 and 5.
So if you remember from earlier, we did this and we produced what kind of chord? We did it in A, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You take 1, 3, and 5, you end up getting,
Just a A major chord, G major.
in this case, a G major chord. So we'll just call it major.
Okay.
Because if it's in the key of A, it's an A major. If it's in the key of G, it's a G major.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, what happens when you take note 2 and turn note 2 into a chord? What intervals would you be working with? 2?
Note 2 is...
So throw it into the formula. What do we get?
Oh, okay, so 2, 4, and 6.
Okay, I want you to play 2, 4, and 6. So that's 1. There's 2.
2, 4...
There's 4. There's 6. What kind of chord is that?
Minor.
Oh, it's a minor chord.
Minor 4.
So if you look down at your guitar, what's the letter name of 2?
It's A.
Yeah, so you can call it an A minor.
A minor, yeah.
So we're gonna call G and then this A minor, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be relative.
Minor.
Like if it was A, this would be A major, that would be B minor.
B minor.
Whatever. If it was in the key of E, this would be E and then F sharp minor. Doesn't matter. We're just in the key of G. I'm just gonna put that on the side for you. Okay, next up is 3.
Okay.
There's 3. So what other numbers are we dealing with?
So 3, 5,
Yep.
and 7.
Yep. Yep. So that's our arpeggio. I recommend picking this up to here and keeping those. What kind of chord is that? I know your ear training is better than that. What kind of chord is that?
Oh, is that just another minor?
It's just minor,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, alright. Thinking way too hard about it.
So if you look down at your guitar, what's your pinky playing? What letter?
That is a B.
Yeah, so this would be a B minor.
Okay.
If you ever need to find out what chords live in the key, you do this whole process.
Okay, okay.
So I'm making you do this for your
yeah,
own good.
Absolutely.
Okay, up next is 4.
Okay, so 4.
And then what numbers are you dealing with?
So 4, 6, and 8.
Yeah, 8, but we're going to call it 1 in the next octave.
1.
Also
okay,
an 8.
Okay.
So 4, 6, 8. No, that's too many.
Oh.
4, 6. Where's 8?
No.
Where's 8? Oh, I mean that is an 8, but you didn't find 8. That's an 8.
Oh, okay,
See,
okay.
and then you kicked it over to the string, and I sang it to you, so your ear caught that.
Yeah.
Well, that's an arpeggio. Now you're playing a chord.
Okay.
What kind of chord is that?
Is it just a major?
It's just a
Okay,
major.
Okay.
So if you look down in 4, what letter is it?
4, that is C. C major.
Yeah, C major.
Gotcha.
Okay, next up is 5. Let's go through the motions.
So that's another minor.
Okay, but what are the values?
5, 7, and 9.
9 or 2
Oh,
in the
2.
next octave. So
Okay,
9 is also 2 in the next octave. Very confusing.
Yeah.
So you're right, 7 and then 2 in the next octave. And yeah, it's a minor. What? Is it a minor? 5, 7,
Oh.
and 2? So this is a flat 7. That's incorrect, right? Do,
Oh.
re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Oh, shoot. Oh, so.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, major. Okay.
Oh, so major. Big difference there. Okay. If you look down at the 5, what letter is that?
It's D.
It's a D. And then you see, from brute force memory, you told me, I think G has a D in it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, confirms that D is in it.
Okay.
Okay, 6. What numbers are you dealing with?
So 6, 8, and oh my gosh.
So 8 is also known as 1.
Oh, 1. So 6, 1, and 3.
Yeah, in the next octaves. 6, 1, 3. Oh no. 6, 1, 3. There it is. So that's an arpeggio. There you go. Let's just start recognizing that shape.
Yeah.
But what sound is that?
It's a minor.
It's a minor. So if you look down at that 6, what letter is that?
And it's E.
And so you told me E minor's in G. Yeah, then yeah, dumb, it is.
Okay.
Now the science proves it. Okay, up next is 7, 2 in the next octave, and 4 in the next octave. 7, 2, 4. Okay, that's the arpeggio. If you can somehow play them all together, you'll get the chord. 7, 2, 7, 2,
Oh, shoot.
7, 2, 4.
Oh, how do I do that? Okay.
7, 2, 4.
Oh, and it's the same thing.
What kind of chord is that?
That is a 7 chord. Right?
Good guess. But no. This is called a diminished chord. And you've never played this. This is called a F sharp diminished chord.
Okay.
Okay.
I think so.
I think so. I mean, I carried you through it a little bit, but you did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suffering, but yeah. Okay.
The more that you understand this, the less intimidating it's going to become.
Mhm.
Because, okay, now you know what chords are in the key of G. Now, look at the Roman numerals. There's a reason why they're displayed the way that they are. How many Roman numerals are there?
There are 7.
There's 7 of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are capitalized, some of them are lowercase,
Mhm.
and one of them has a little circle by it. Do you notice a correlation between
Yes.
what we did?
Yeah.
So look at all the capital ones.
Yeah.
1, 4, and 5. 1, 4, and 5 are major. And this is true no matter what key you're in.
Okay.
So if I was in A, the 1, 4, and 5 would be major.
Okay.
If I was in E, then 1, 4, and 5 would be major. I don't have to think about it. Simple. Everything else is minor, but specifically, the last one's a little different. That's why it has a circle by it. Because it's a diminished chord. This is basically unused. So these are your 6 chords.
Okay.
But this is a thing, but we just basically never use it.
Oh, okay, okay.
You might use it, but
Yeah.
by and large, have you played a diminished chord yet?
No.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah.
Until you start beating this game,
Yeah.
then you start learning how to do the other things. Okay, so in any key, if I say the 1 chord, do you know what that means?
The root note.
It means the chord that you build off of the root note.
Yeah.
If I said the 2 chord, what does that mean?
It's the, the minor chord. I'm like.
Yeah, no, you can't look
Okay,
at that.
okay,
That's
yeah,
and you can
okay,
look up
okay.
here. That's what this is here for.
Okay, okay, cool.
You're eventually going to be able to just go boom, and look at that.
4, 5. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the 2 chord is the 2nd note made minor.
Made minor. Okay.
Whatever key we're in. If I said go to the 5 chord, that means the 5th note in the scale.
Major.
And what? Ooh, see.
Okay.
And it's very rare. But if I said the 7th chord, it's diminished, whatever that is. But you're never going to do that.
Okay.
Not to be confused with a 7th chord,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay. So you don't need to memorize it. You can use your guitar. So in the key of A, you can sit there and play an A major scale and take a look. Go to A. So as you play it, don't go so fast. Name the letter and I'll tell you how this works.
A.
So A major,
B.
B minor.
That is C sharp.
Yeah, C sharp minor,
C sharp minor. Okay. D.
D,
E.
E.
That is
It's the
F.
same as this. Well, F is here.
Oh, F sharp.
So F sharp minor, G sharp diminished, we're never going to use it, and we're back at the start. Now you've just named all the letters. You just named all the chords in the key of A.
Okay.
You didn't need to memorize it. The only thing you got to memorize is that.
Numbers. Okay.
Just which ones are capitals and which ones are lowercase. And if not, just write it down.
Yeah. Okay.
This is true for whatever key you're in.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Make sense?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
works all the time. Now, don't ask me about minor keys,
Okay.
because you can, and
Yeah.
my secret will go, oh, you just start on 6.
Oh, okay.
So if you're in E minor,
Yeah.
that's the 6 of G. So when somebody's playing in E minor, I just go key of G.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have to learn 2 different things for
yeah.
the same stupid thing.
Okay.
That's where the number system might fail. Some musicians here in Hawaii go, can you play a flat 6? The fuck? We didn't cover flat 6, did we?
Yeah.
I can do it, but I prefer not to.
Yeah.
I prefer keeping it like this. So my advice to you for now, get it like this, and then later on you can learn how to deal with all the different ways. Okay.
At practice, I have a rehearsal right after this, so and he calls it out like from numbers like this.
So make sure you're counting from a major perspective. Because if
Okay.
it's a major perspective, and then you know what's also really cool about this?
What's up?
Look at your guitar. Where's the 1, the 4, and the 5? In the key of G.
In the key of G?
Yeah. 1, 4, and 5. That's an L shape. So go 1 major, 4 major, 4, 5 major. You can play bar chords, right? But don't play power chords.
Oh, yeah.
Play bar chords. Yeah. 4. No. Stay in the L.
Stay in the L.
1, 4.
Oh.
And just immediately turn it into a chord. 1. You can do it like that, but do it as a bar chord. You know how to play bar chords, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about like that?
Yeah,
Or-
I'm not
oh,
used to
what-
seeing it like that.
Oh.
Usually, either the ring fingers like this.
Oh, like that?
But not all the way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I usually do it. You want me to do it like that? I'll do it like
Well, as long as it sounds right. So the reason
Oh, yeah.
is so that last.
Yeah. It's
So as
after
long
I
as it
cheat-
sounds right, I don't care.
Okay.
But that's your 1, 4. Ooh. That's your 1, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in the key of A, go to A. Play your 1, 4, and 5. Oh my God, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's an L shape.
Okay.
Now the same is with minor chords.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, minor. You want me to do E minor or?
Right, you're
Oh,
about
okay.
to.
Yeah.
So you kind of already know that, right? So turn that into a minor. Not a minor 7th, please. That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 6. This is 6.
Okay.
This was 1.
Mhm.
Here's 2 and here's 3. What's the significance of 2 and 3? They're minors.
Minors. Okay.
So you have 6, 3, and 2. It is also an L.
Oh, okay.
So you got a major L and a minor L. Now it depends on the key. So for example, if you were in A, go to A. That's your 1, 4, and 5 still the same. So 1, 4, and 5, go for it. 1, 4, and 5. And back. 4, 5. Now your 6 is actually over here because why? 8, 7, 6.
Oh.
No, you had it right. Go back there. That's a 6. Okay. Oh.
Yep.
Go ahead. But it has to be minor though, right? That's also an L, and they're all minors.
Okay.
This happens to be 6, 2, and 3. You see? Now you're playing the chords.
Okay.
If you're working with a piano player or somebody who does letters, then you have to look down at your guitar and go, oh, it's a B minor and a C sharp minor.
Mm-hmm.
But in your mind, it's just 6, 2, and 3. Or better yet, it's just an L.
Yeah.
You don't even need to think that. It's an L.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Am I going too fast?
No.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, this is a big thing with guitar. You can learn things, but don't learn too much because you got to integrate, right?
Yeah.
You can learn all you want, but if you don't integrate it, it's kind of like a tree that grows too fast and it falls over,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So you want to make sure that whatever you're interested in learning in,
Mm-hmm.
you can quickly start integrating. And again, this is the philosophy I gave you last time. The sooner that you can enter that into rehearsal settings. So if your friend uses number systems, that's a perfect opportunity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Especially now that somebody's kind of explained it to you. It's really that simple. This is the formula to build chords.
Yeah.
Each note in the scale you can turn into a chord, and bam, that's all that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you determine what key you're in, and that key is whatever one's going to be, and then just follow the directions. And it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
The ultimate is that you can translate it to L shapes, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And the more you know these L shapes, the easier everything gets. Okay. Anyway, I digress though. We got to get back to why I even started talking about this. I muted the scale, right?
Yes,
That was before.
Oh yeah.
So now we know what chords are possible in the key of G. At least basic chords, because there's more.
Yeah.
But this is cookie cutter pop stuff.
Yeah.
Later on, I'll teach you crazier things. But for now, this is everything you can render. So we have notes flying in space. Take any one of these chords, preferably not looking here, but you may. Grab a chord and play it. I don't care what it is.
Okay.
Okay. And better yet, don't do it as a 7 yet. Just do it as a stop.
Sorry. Yeah. That's it.
I know, you're jazzy. Okay. Now we have a sound. We have a flavor. Okay, keep playing it. So it's important to have that chord still ringing the entire time. So this is 2, right? You're playing number 2.
Yeah.
This is also called Mode 2. Wow, isn't that convenient? It has a fancy name. It's called Dorian. Don't need to know this yet.
Yeah.
You need
I
to know that.
recognize those like the terms, but yeah.
So, you look it up in a book, it's going to tell you it's a minor scale with a major 6. What? Don't worry about that. The word Dorian, in my opinion, is just like saying the word salty. Now, if I say salty, you know what that tastes like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I just said a word. As a musician, if you're trained, I can say the word Dorian and you'll go, ah, that's this.
Okay.
That's this sound.
Okay.
Again, I'm randomly playing notes. I didn't change anything there, but somehow the feeling changed.
Yeah.
This is the sound of that. So the flavor is flavor 2.
Okay.
Mode 2. Lots of songs are rendered in mode 2. You got the beginning of the Halo game.
And that's Dorian?
That's all Dorian.
Okay.
Yeah. There's lots of different genres, lots of different bands that use Dorian.
Yeah.
Carlos Santana uses this shitload out of this.
Really?
Right?
I gotta listen to more Santana now. But yeah.
Yeah, Dorian. Lots of Dorian.
Okay.
Lots of mode 2.
Okay.
Now this feeling, a lot of people describe it as kind of being like ancient and moody, but it's a minor chord. Aren't minor chords supposed to be sad?
Yeah.
Is this sad? Not really. I would argue, not really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hearing Santana like Black Magic Woman.
Well, now that I've given you that, right? But is
Yeah.
that depressing or is that just kind of...
No.
So it's got a little bit of hope left into it. To me, the image is like almost like a sunset. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Right? It's not. Well, if you want sad, let's go to 6, mode 6. Here we go. Buckle up. Time to get sad.
Okay. It's E minor.
You just play E minor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now.
Yeah. That change, yeah.
So now we've hit the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
This one's heavy.
Yeah.
I didn't change anything about my solo. How did it change?
Yeah.
So the number one thing here, Dom, is you can get all confused with all this crap, but at the end of the day, it's a sound. And so when musicians say the word Aeolian, which is what you're playing now,
Okay.
sometimes it's called minor colloquially, but it's the flavor's called Aeolian. You can simply just call it mode 6. That's an acceptable answer too. But can you agree mode 6 has a different message than mode 2? See, that one's got some hope in it. My melody is starting to, not be so dark anymore.
Yeah.
Even though it's a pre-recording, how did it change?
Yeah.
Again, this is only possible with diatonics. If you play pentatonic, it won't work. You need all the extra notes because look, all the extra notes are used to build the chord.
Okay.
That's a coincidence, but just think like that, okay?
Okay.
What's the other minor chord that's possible? We did mode 6, we did mode 2, mode 3 is left. Ooh! So this one's called Phrygian.
Okay.
This one's getting a little bit closer to Egypt. I would call this like Spanish.
Okay.
So this one's intense.
Yeah.
Is it depressed? No, this one's like fighting back.
Yeah.
This one's angry.
Yeah.
So
So I
those are
want to
your-
go to that C. Really bad.
Well, that's resolution for you. But if you were a flamenco player, you'd be fine here.
Oh, okay.
If you played flamenco, this is home.
Okay.
So anything that gets rendered over mode 3 is going to sound Spanish, intense, kind of unresolved, unstable.
Yeah.
And again, if you're so used to other flavors, you won't be able to handle it there.
I can't handle it.
Right. I can live here.
Yeah.
I could live here.
Oh yeah, this is totally Gypsy King now. Like, yeah.
So, Curse of the Pharaoh here, which was not present when you played mode 2. Less tension there. It's more consonant of a chord. But again, we want to get used to the flavors. Intense.
Yeah.
And then 6, which is E minor. Ugh. I was all angry, but now I'm sad. So, but once upon a time, they told us that minor chords were sad, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's context.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 is sad. And so, if we rewind even further, you know how you don't like 3 that much, right?
Yeah.
That's because you're not used to it.
That's
Normal people are only used to hearing mode 6 and mode 1.
Yeah.
Happy and sad. That's it. That's all they hear. Because from a young age, we learn twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's all mode 1 the whole time. Mode 1 the whole time. Mode 1, mode 1, mode 1, mode 1. So we're just drenched. We have too much experience in certain flavors, right?
Yeah.
So that's the sound of modes. So this all happens mostly because of the chord changing. It has nothing to do with the scale changing.
Yeah.
So right now this is just a survey of it. Someday I'll teach you what you can actually do with it. We're going to get to the songwriting part of it today.
Okay.
That's going to be the whole point of this.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the major chords. Can you play G? That's bass ground, right? So this is happy. Birds are singing. Very classical sounding. Kind of
Used to
boring.
it. Yeah.
Home sweet home.
Yeah.
Okay, mode 4. So this one, we're not at home anymore. This is my personal favorite mode. This is Lydian, mode 4. It is the epic flying mode. But you gotta make sure you get the chord right. Yeah. So this is when E.T. flies home. The Simpsons clouds.
This is Lydian.
Lydian, mode 4. So hear how that's different. This one's kind of more, it's brighter, it's beyond. So like, if you go back to mode 1, which is G, where, you know, up on the hills in Mom's house.
Yeah.
Then we climb the mountain, we go to mode 4, and we get Nirvana.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
Can you hear how it's... even my solo starts to sound like it's flying now.
Yeah.
It has nothing
I like
to do
that.
with my solo.
Yeah.
It has everything to do with the chord. Okay. And if you go back to 1, now I'm back at Mom's house. The emotion's changing because of the chords changing. Now, your favorite mode is mode 5. I hate this one.
Really?
Yeah. This is my least favorite. This is my preference. You don't need to like it. I don't need to like it. Right?
Yeah. Is this my favorite?
I think so. You wrote a lot of DNA songs in this.
I gotta re-listen to it now. Now that like we're going over.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I go back and listen to stuff before. So half of it, yes, be technical, but the other half, throw it all away and just do whatever. But what I'm trying to teach you is that this is a flavor. This is mode 5.
Okay.
This one's kind of energetic,
Yeah.
kind of fun, kind of funky.
Yeah.
You know, a little gritty, bluesy, a little bit.
Yeah.
That's mode 5. Now if you go to mode 4, it's not that anymore. Now we're a little bit more cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
See why I like it?
Yeah.
The personality kind of comes out.
Yeah.
Epic. And if you give me mode 5, okay. Love Shack, baby!
Yeah.
So that's mode 5.
Okay.
Now if you play mode 7, which is a diminished chord, it sounds like ass, don't even worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So what's the point here? These are the different flavors you've been playing in. So if we rewind even further, I said, oh, you're in mode 5. Okay, this is going to be the hardest part of today's lesson.
Okay.
Can I erase this? Is this okay?
Can I take a picture of
Yes.
it? Yeah. Okay.
But make sure you include the picture having that in it,
Yeah.
because that's the ultimate, is being able to just look at the Roman numerals and understand what it means. This is the breakdown of it. And the secret is how to build a chord, because with that, then you can do it all. And this is the same concept for chord extensions, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And other exotic scales, which is what we kind of try to do with your Indian pentatonic or whatever.
I don't even know.
Now, that pentatonic lives in mode 5. So this is where I'm going to lose you.
Okay.
Okay? Mixolydian.
Mixolydian.
So when a musician says Mixolydian, we all go, oh, cool, funky, kind
So
of
you think
bluesy.
just hybrid or something?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a word like salt or sweet or sour. Those words are sweet and sour kind of sound the same a little bit, but they're totally different flavors. So that's the whole point. Your ear is like a tongue, and now I'm like a sommelier trying to teach you how to taste those flavors. Okay, your song is a Mixolydian, mode 5.
Okay.
Now, in the textbook, they're going to tell you play your scale, but start on 5 and end on 5. Nope. Nope. 3 and 4 are side by side, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, because it's a flat. Okay, all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh. What did you just say?
It's a flat.
Is it? 3 and 4 are just side by side. That's just how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go do, re, mi, fa, and 7 and 8. Sorry, I didn't really draw that really all that well. 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 are side by side, always in forever. Just try to remember that.
Okay.
3 and 4, 7 and 8, plus on this one. Okay, so you just play 5 to 5.
Okay.
Now, if you compare that to a major scale, it's not right.
No.
Right. There's a certain sound. So the ending is, yeah, that's the discrepancy. So if you took that note and moved it out, so move it
Oh.
So that is in lieu of this, play that. So this and this.
Oh.
Now you have regular major,
Okay.
right? But that's not what we're playing. We're playing mode 5. Start on 5, end on 5, and you end up hearing that this is a special sound. Now, if you recontextualize it, what that is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, flat 7, flat 7. If you recontextualize it. So instead of calling this 1, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. Because usually 7's over here. Remember, 7 and 8, 3 and 4 side by side. So it's flat 7. You like this. In my opinion, I think.
No,
me
you're right.
assessing
Yeah.
But more importantly, you like it over a major sound. Because that's what mixolydian is. It's a major chord with a flat 7. That's the only time you get that, is in mode 5.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So if you went from 1 to 1,
Yeah.
try going from 1 to 1. From G. From G.
Going from the G. Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, no flat 7 sound there.
Yeah.
Try going from 4 to 4. Yeah. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Still no flat 7.
Yeah.
So by definition, the flavor of mixolydian is a major sound
Okay.
with a flat 7.
Okay.
That's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it is. You play the mixolydian scale where you took out certain notes.
Okay.
So you can still play a solo
Yeah.
in your Egyptian pentatonic or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you might want to write the song in some sort of mixolydian. For starters, just stick with mixolydian. What does that mean? Just start the song on 5. That's all that it means.
Okay.
So you played an A. Let's reverse engineer it. Right when you came to me today, you played in an A.
Yeah.
So that A is a 5.
Oh, this is the.
That's the 5 of whatever key you're in. So here's the math. Go to A. Just play. Put your finger there. 5. And try to get to 1. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 1. That's your key.
Oh, okay.
So you're in what key?
That is in the key of D.
Okay, so you're in the key of D. You do all this crap. Now you have all the chords. But if you want to preserve the sound of Rikki Tikki Tavi,
Yeah.
start the song on 5.
Okay.
But you're in D.
D. Okay.
So that's 1.
Okay.
But you're playing the song in 5. You're featuring the flavor of 5.
Okay.
So, I can do all sorts of things. Is A going to be the one that you're going to play around with? Might as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Just because that's where you started. You can change it at any point.
Yeah.
So now that you know all that, that's the flavor. Mode 5.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the key of D. So this is going to be kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's the same process, but we're going in reverse. Right? You started off with the sound. Now we're going in reverse. So 1 is D. 5 is A. Let's figure out the other chords.
Okay.
It's not that hard. Just go to D and go 1, 2.
Go to D.
So where's D? Yeah. Don't do that.
Oh.
Just go 1, 2. What's
E.
that? Yeah. So E. Don't go too fast.
Okay.
E what?
E minor.
Good.
Okay.
Next.
That is F sharp minor.
Correct.
That is G minor.
Not minor.
Oh, G. Oh.
Because it's
G
4, right?
And then A.
Yeah, we know
major.
A. There's 6. What's that?
That is.
So my secret is I kick it back an octave. It's the same as
Oh,
this.
okay. So B. So B minor.
Yep, there you go. Those are your chords.
Okay.
So to preserve the sound of mixolydian, you must start with mixolydian. That's like a 90% hard rule.
Okay.
So start the song on that, and then have some fun.
Okay.
Feel free to go to any of those chords. And if you really want to sound good, avoid 1 and 6 as much as you
1
can.
and 6. Okay.
So go simple.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
Oh shit.
avoid 6 and avoid 1 if you can.
Avoid 6 and 1.
Because
okay.
those are the really common ones. So if you
Okay.
want to really make sure that your listener knows that you're featuring flavor 5,
Yeah, yeah.
avoid the powerful flavors of 1 and 6 because
Okay.
those are really powerful flavors. Doesn't mean you don't have to play it, but just for experimentation's sake.
Okay.
So you see how much better this is for chord writing?
Yeah.
When I took your scale from before, it was so limited that we couldn't really build too many chords.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of like, you ever watch Jurassic Park and they say, oh, we didn't have the full DNA, so then we filled it in with the frog DNA,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So we filled in the frog DNA with the 2 and the 6. Remember we did that 2 and 6 in
Yeah.
the red ink, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And by doing that, now you have access to something a little bit more normal. You can still solo in, and maybe even your vocal melody can be of that scale too. But those chords, so here's a bunch of other songs in this flavor. And you're gonna find a very common motif.
By the way, the Dorian random notes that you showed me before, it sounds really metal too. Was that the same thing?
Yeah, maybe. Or you mean Phrygian, the one that was intense? Or Dorian, the one that's Carlos Santana?
Oh, okay. Maybe the Phrygian one.
Phrygian one, that's
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
that's...
Yeah. It's really chuggy. Yeah.
Not in Phrygian would sound like this. Not as intense, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's because Phrygian gets
Oh,
that
super
signature...
Spanish.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
if I really emphasize it. If I can make it sound even more crazy like this. Again, it's slowly knowing what you're doing with the notes though, and then knowing the chord harmony. But this is featuring Mode 5. Mixolydian. After this commercial break. I thought I had a pop-up blocker. What the fuck?
Every 4 or
5,
Yeah.
4, 5, 4 key of G. But they don't use G. In a different key. Different key, same mode.
It's time to help people custom.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, I feel like they really want you to pay that $60 monthly for the YouTube Pro. or something.
I'm too cheap.
Me too. Yeah, that's way too much for YouTube.
It's the same progression,
Yeah.
different key. But you want to distill it down to more of the flavor. So the flavor's kind of fun, energetic.
It's time to help people custom.
And then high flat 7 at the end there. But can you agree? Different genre,
Yeah.
but the same flavor. Kind of festive. This kind of reminds me of like a Renaissance fair. Again, fun, energetic. And then they're doing other things with the instrumentation, but the main flavor
Mhm.
is mode 5. So they start there, and then maybe they put a sitar to make it sound extra exotic,
Yeah.
like Ricky Tikki Tavi or whatever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So when you just kind of haphazardly discovered that's in this template, it's just omitting 2 notes. But you can see how it's part of the same kind of family, right? Hopefully you can hear it.
Yeah.
And so once you get stronger at this, it gets really fun because then you can go, let's write a song. And I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be about? So I kind of interview, and then already in my head I go, oh, okay, they want it to be, a breakup song. So okay, I'll do 6. But they want it to have, they're angry.
Yeah.
So then I'll do that. And then the bridge, maybe we come around and we discover that life's not so bad, but it's still sad. Right? So
Yeah.
it's funny because, and then there's more to it. This is just the 6 generic colors.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's more flavors after that, but if you start here, I mean, you got 90% of it done. And what's wild too is, imagine this as a performer, and this is what has happened to me. I can play songs I've never played before because I can start remembering the mode, like the melody sitting within the flavor.
Yeah.
It's not just the melody anymore; it's the melody with the emotional flavor attached to it.
Yeah.
So like, it happened to me when I was like, I wonder if I can do this with a Disney song, and I just picked a random key, and I was like, think you know whatever land you land on is a and I know every rock we clever.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyway, I'm doing terrible, right?
Yeah,
But
no, but yeah,
you
that's
start
a great
to
way.
start to. It's not, the earth is just a dead thing you can climb.
Yeah.
So it's, if you slow down and really like sink your teeth into the chord change, and then you'll be able to hear it. So then imagine how wild this is for guitar soloing, and this is why I told you, learn the 5 patterns,
Yeah.
learn them pentatonically, then learn them diatonically, because without diatonics you can't, it's too sparse.
Okay.
You can't access the flavors.
Yeah.
But then when you have a chord progression flying by, and I already know which one this is, but it's possible just to hear it. You can kind of, there's a technical way about it, but there's also just an emotional way about it.
This is diatonic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm trying to embody the different changes. This is mode 1. Birds are singing. Now we have Phrygian. Now we're flying. Now we're Carlos Santana. Now we're fun. Back to birds are singing.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and there's
Like
a
a
technical
lot,
way
yeah.
about it, but there's also just an emotional way about it. Even though I'm exploiting what I know to make it
Yeah.
sound even more so, even if you don't know shit, you can just go, I think this is the fun one, so... Right? Just embody those flavor changes.
Okay.
And the more that you start reacting and responding to that, the better your soloing is going to get.
Okay.
There's ways to practice it and drill it on your own, but okay, anyway, back to songwriting part of it.
Yeah.
Identifying what your main flavor is going to be, and you have a lot of songs that this is your main flavor.
Yeah.
You guys do a little bit of this, and that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's not over-exploiting it. What would be is writing something exclusively in Indian pentatonic or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because that would be obviously exotic, And if you did every song like that, it would get played out.
Yeah.
But because that scale has holes in it, you have to make the decision, or you have to do the forensics and figuring out, well, what can I do with it?
Yeah.
So identifying what main flavor it is, it happens to live in mode 5. Yeah. So hope that kind of answers some of that. Is
No,
it too much?
No, I mean, yes and no. It's just like, I know I have a problem with retention, so like,
Oh shit. Okay.
but like I'm working on it as much as I can. But at the same time, it really helps. Like that, the concept of like songwriting, like within like these systems, like it's gonna help a lot. So I took a picture of it and just like listening to songs and different things. I'm noticing a lot of local like the guitarists that they really like Dorian, like the ones that I mean like the jazzy ones.
Oh yeah. So that's a low hanging fruit, like.
Yeah, but I've always been like, how I like watching them play. I'm like, how the fuck do I do? Like, I don't know how
So
they're doing that.
the two things, they're playing diathonically,
Yeah.
but I would argue most importantly they're playing over mode 2.
Right.
Mode 2 is what's really enabling it. You can still sound jazzy in other spots,
Yeah.
but when you start analyzing songs, like if you get into the deep part of it, you find the key and then go,
Yeah.
oh, they're starting on chord 2.
Yeah.
I'm noticing the majority of all these guys are playing in mode 2, or at least I think the flavor is there.
Yeah.
And whether or not that's correct or not, at least you're starting to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And learning songs, it gets real easy because then you can start to ride the emotional changes.
Yeah.
There's times that I'll play songs I've never fucking played before, ever in my entire life.
Yeah.
And that's because there's a lot of different things that work, but I'm guessing, like hypothesis that I think this is Phrygian coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I play with a bass player that knows what they're doing, oh my god, I just shut down. I just listen to them. They change the root note and I just, Phrygian,
Yeah.
Dorian bit, like, because it's just right there.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's a brainless if I have a solid bass player. Because guitarists don't need to have the timing on it, like, so I can be like a freaking, milliseconds behind, and nobody will know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not on it.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm just bullshitting my way through songs. Difference between like a high quality product and just going through the motions.
Yeah.
A 3-hour gig versus like a half-hour gig. It's like two different things. But the sooner that all this stuff connects, you can take it if you need.
No, that's just Amy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are you?
It's just Amy. Yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap it up then. The sooner that you can put all these things together, you'll start to realize that it's not just, I only use this for songwriting. No, you'll use this for everything. You'll use this for your guitar solos.
Mm-hmm.
You'll use it for learning songs. You'll use it for writing songs. And you'll use it just listening. You'll be like, oh wow, that's a great usage of Mixolydian. Which that's you guys. You do great usage of Mixolydian, by the way.
Do we? That's like,
I think so.
Trying to learn, like I'm trying to like learn for the first time. Like it's like rote learning all my life. So it's like, I don't know the terminologies and what I'm doing basically.
Go back to the Roman numerals. Like this is okay. For beginners,
Numbers.
teach them the basic chords.
Okay.
The next best thing I can teach anybody is Roman numeral systems because that is related to everything.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing. It's also the modes. It's also how you write songs at a basic level.
Yeah.
So there's a million things at work there, but start thinking of that, and especially if you have 2 chords back to back like that, that's a 5 and that's a 4.
Yeah.
That's the only thing it can be. And then knowing that, you can go, okay, mode 5 sound, mode 4 sound. Now, mode 5 is going to be more powerful if you start there. Check this out. Same song. This will be the last example, but it's reversed. It goes mode 4, mode 5, and then you're going to hear a big difference. So we've been doing a bunch of songs that was 5, 4, 5,
Fall
4.
Apart is definitely one of Amy's songs. Is definitely this.
So this is 4, 5. 4, 5. Does not have a fun vibe. Now, you already know this song, but musically speaking, it's more of a contemplative song, just by the chord selection.
Yeah.
It certainly helps that the singing and the lyrics are about that, but it's the same fucking chord, it's just reversed. And now the flavor's totally different. Right? This is not fun compared to the other ones that were 5, 4, 5, 4. Right? So just a subtle difference between that. And the more you start recognizing it, the more you start using it, the better. So Roman numerals.
Okay.
And those also represent the modes, right?
Yeah.
So when you songwrite, you can go, oh, I'm going to start on chord 2. And just let that happen.
Okay.
But, yeah, okay, last, I keep saying this. Last thing is I'm stuck by the chords. I can't do anything unless the chord gives me something.
Mm-hmm.
So if I play over a G, a 1 chord, everything I play, as much as I try to make it sound Spanish, it's not Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm playing exactly what I play over mode 3, but I'm not on mode 3. Birds are still singing.
Yeah.
So knowing that, I should I try to embody that when I play.
Yeah.
So no matter how hard I try to make it sound like that, it won't happen. Or, here we go, my favorite, epic. So it's mostly the chord that's making me do this.
Yeah.
Now if I try playing the same thing over 1 again, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck by the chord. But if I want to sound cool, that's enabled by mode 2.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that. Just the last point about that. Okay. All through.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You gotta take that, I think.
I'll take that after. Yeah, that's the other guy.
Are you late?
No, it's supposed to be at 7.
Oh, okay.
Just everybody just. Yeah. The first
Double
one was
triple
8.
checking you.
Yeah. Like, hey man, where are you?
Did you die from COVID shot?
Yeah, I know. Just right here.
Yep.
Okay. Is Venmo okay? At least.
Yeah, you're
What's-
good for last time. I'm gonna like give you a big
You sure?
discount. Yeah. It's a big deal.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, last time was just because like I fucked up.
So we'll call that
What's
30
the-
and 30. We're good
sure?
for today. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the
I
man.
said I was gonna do it pro bono anyway, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No, I mean that was just like I don't like being unprofessional.
Hey, I appreciate it, so I'm paying it back in my own way.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Cool. When's the next availability?
I'm not sure. I think you remember. I remember you saying you're going back in school or some shit.
August 23rd. So,
So you still got a couple weeks.
This is mine.
That's yours.
Yeah, let me know. Is it better to hit you up on Discord?
Yeah.
On availabilities.
I'm on my computer and I'm all like that.
Okay.
So
I'll
I
shoot
hate
you
doing this.
I'll shoot you a message then. And just whenever you're available, like
Okay.
I'm free. Let's do it. Yeah. Cool. Thanks again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'll send you visuals to go with today.
Yes, please. Also, when is the next Uku's live stream? This week?
Uku's, we have a rehearsal Thursday, but then we're playing at Kailua Music School on Friday.
Okay, I
It's
think
like- it's
I got
actual
at
gig.
Kaneohe. Hopefully, I can make it. It's 7 to 9.
We're playing maybe at like 6 or 7, only
6
for
or
like a
7.
half hour.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'll see
Yeah.
if I can make it.
Whichever, whatever.
Okay, shoot. Next
Laters.
time.